Well, hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of Ladies Listen Up. What is your relationship with your money? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Share this information with somebody else. Go nudge somebody and bring them on over and let them know. Oasis Wellness of Life is talking about the overall wellness of life, mind, body, and spirit. Today, wow, we have a great topic for you today. I'm going to share a little bit with you. I'm going to take a little bit of sip of this tea here first. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Our mug of the day is It's Smoothie Time. Shameless plug for It's Smoothie Time, my first book, which talked about how we can use smoothies and, to help us to, like sometimes we skip meals and we're on a hurry and we're on a go and you want to do something quick, but that's nutritious and it tastes good because you all know me, I love flavor. So it has to be flavorful. So just a little bit about this smoothie time. All righty, let's get on over to Grandma's cookie jar and let's see what nugget Grandma's cookie jar has for us today. It says, never forget how wildly capable you are. Again, another tie-in to what we're going to talk about today. Try to love yourself as much as you want someone else to. Ooh, I love that one. Let's talk about that just a little bit. And I'm gonna take the word try out because love yourself as much as you want someone else to love you. That means treat yourself well. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's a difference in being self absorbed and in an unhealthy way than making sure that you apply self care and taking care of yourself. And so loving yourself as much as you want someone else to love you is a very good reminder for us, especially us that are nurturers and, that just love to make sure everybody else is okay. And it's okay to have balance with that. A little bit more tea. Hold on one second here. All right, all right. And never forget how wildly capable you are. That means I say capable through infinity and beyond, right? All righty, let's put Grandma's cookie jar out of the way here because I want to talk about one of the asset classes. And one of the asset classes is product. And product, what does that mean? So we have a gift, right? Each and every one of us, just as unique as our fingerprint, we have a gift, a special gift. I could talk about one of my youngest daughters. She has a gift for art. So she's very, very good with just freehand, sketching out something. For myself, it took me a long time to find out what my gift was and what my passion is. My passion is for helping other people. My passion is also for writing. I love to write, so I love to share the things that I've learned through my writing and through just share my experience with other people, which will help you because oftentimes sometimes if you especially if somebody can relate to your situation or your circumstances, that can help them to be encouraged to do more. So yesterday, my goodness, I was exercising and I remember I did the commitment and all of these are success principles. I committed to 3 days a week working out and then in 5 days, if it's a good week, right, that's over and above, but at least 3 days. And I've been sticking to averaging about 4 days. And man, I tell you, yesterday, and as usual, your body starts to get stronger. I talked about like through my accident, I have to do a home program in order for my legs to stay, not to get stiff and not to have a lot of pain. I have to work out. So yesterday in my workout, I did this twist and turn, and my knee went one way and my ankle went the other way. And when I tell you excruciating pain that brings tears to your eyes, excruciating pain, it was for 20 minutes. I was just locked, couldn't move, couldn't do anything. And there's a certain maneuvering that I have to do in order to get it back in position, right? It's sort of like when you pull your arm or something out of the socket and the doctor says, hold on, let me pull it and then they'll put it back or they'll reset it. And then once they reset it, the pain is gone like right away. But in the process of it, that pain is so excruciating, right? So that's what I was doing yesterday. But I had to reset my knee. And oh my gosh, that is a challenge, right? But anyhow, the reason that I'm sharing that story with you is because of product, right? So I learned how to make a soothing salve. And oh my goodness, this is not a plug for the salve. This is truly the point of today's conversation. I made the salve. Okay, after I got up and reset my leg, I, wrapped it and then I treated it with the salve and well, not with the salve, but with the herbs, and then I made the salve. Okay, so once I finished, I got up and I made the salve. But man, thinking about, the tools that you need because your product is already inside of you, right? So all we do sometimes we put it off, put it off, put it off, put it off. But so I have a set of tools that I use just for the salve. So I gathered all those tools together, kind of limping around. I finished the podcast. That's the push because even when you're in pain or you feel the fear, you have to do it anyway. So after I wrapped it and I still kind of limped around, I said, you know what? I haven't had my salve for a whole month. Let me stop and make the salve. So what I had to do, I had to gather up all of my tools. Okay, hint, hint, hint. These are the steps for success. Gather up my tools, my notebook that is just for the soothing salve, right? And it actually says make it work, right? So yeah, I kept taking breaks and everything in the process, but ta-da, smells great too. Ta-da, finished it, right? And so the point of it is one of the asset classes is a product, right? Every product that you see on the shelf is somebody's family, somebody's last name, right? Somebody, something, right? So I made the salve yesterday and it turned out phenomenal, right? And I wrapped the leg. Well, last night before I laid down, I made sure that I put the put the salve on, lubricated it really, really good with the salve. Went to sleep, woke up in the middle of the night, did it again. Woke up this morning, and the swelling is totally gone. There's a little bit of stiffness left, and I have to be careful on it. But my point is, everything that you need is inside of you. It's just about cultivating it and finding out what is your gift? What is it that you want to do? What is it that is your purpose or that you love to do and everybody else find it grueling or tasking or something? But everybody has a gift, right? So I use it for the carpal tunnel in both my hands, use it for my knee, use it for my neck, all of these things. But I'm saying that we all have that special gift. We just have to make sure that we get the proper instruction, proper training, and cultivate that gift. So it doesn't matter, and it's never too late for you to do it, right? So no matter what the distractions of life, there's distractions all over the place. So no matter what those distractions are, you can focus and say, this is what I'm going to do. Now, mind you, 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I was still up stirring, right? But it was well worth it because I woke up, like I said this morning, with not as much pain as I had initially. Mostly all the pain is gone now. The stiffness is there, but the swelling, y'all, it was big. But the swelling has totally gone down. So I say that to encourage you. One of the asset classes is a product. And a product, again, we want to make sure that when we create our diverse portfolio of assets, because a product, that's an asset, right? As we create those products and those services, or as we're putting together our plan for our next year, which asset class are we going to focus on? So you can focus on the asset class of a trade, you can focus on the asset class of getting your LLC together. You can focus on the asset class of becoming a part of like we have the PAM accounts, right? You can focus on which gives you that 2 to 4%. You can focus on all of these different asset classes, but put one. Focus on that one. Get that one up and running. Get that one on a process and a procedure or step by step. Then move over to the next one. So I'll give my eldest daughter as an example. So the asset class that she's working on, her and her husband, is their LLC, their business, getting that up and running. Now they've incorporated a product, another asset class, right? Up and running. Then they also incorporated being a part of a PAM account, where now that's not active income. That is a return on investment, a systematic return on investment where you just put the money there and it's growing every week for you, right? So now there's 4 different asset classes that are up and running, right? And then you now look at your next asset class. So that's how it works, and that's how you're able to generate revenue in both active and passive. You're not just totally in the active realm, but you're in the passive realm as well. So, like the book, okay, you have to write, right? I have to write the book. And after you write the book, Then, depending on what you want to do with it, if you want to take that book and you want to get it in the stores, again, that's another stream of income, right? So we're talking about building a foundation of solid asset classes that are going to give you systematic cash flow, right? And then you take that cash flow and then you create another asset. And after a while, you have all these different asset classes that are bringing you in residual income, and that's how you make money while you sleep, right? So I hope that kind of made sense, even though it kind of started with the product, because again, this is my product. So yes, the product now, first of all, of course, it's coming out of my kitchen from the beginning. But as we grow that product and find, maybe a contract manufacturer to make the product, that's one that I'll focus on. But right now, it's on the back burner. I'm making it for me right now. But just to kind of get you to understand how the different asset classes work, because for me, that was a blind spot. I was like, how do you do this? If you come into money, because I came from a family where we worked. It was a 9 to 5, but I had this entrepreneurial spirit inside of me. And then when I look back in our family through our family tree, my great aunt, she loved to make hats. She also had a business in the cosmetology, so she had a beauty shop. So she had multiple asset classes going on back then, and nobody passed those on until I went to dig to find out. Wait a minute, where did this entrepreneurial spirit come from? And I'm not sure because I did not do like I wish I had, sit at my great grandmother's feet and just kind of listen to her stories. I heard some of the stories, but I didn't have the mindset at that time to stop and say, hey, what is it that she's teaching us? I know she went back at 93 years old and got her high school diploma. So she had drive and determination in her. No matter what life threw at her, she was still able to accomplish that. That was something she really wanted to accomplish. And so when you think about building your asset classes, and I'm going to wrap up with this, when you think about building your asset classes, you want to make sure that you set, a plan in action. This plan is going to keep on changing. Like I said, each one of my ventures or my thoughts, they have its own notebook, right? Because you don't want to have a notebook and have everything all in one. Now, if you did that, this is one way that you can do it. You can have a master book where in this book, this is where I find this. And in this book, this is where I find that, right? So you can have a master book. But for the most part, you want all of your different asset classes to have its own specific notebook. And in that notebook is where you're going to lay out your plan. You're going to organize that notebook. And then when you have a thought about that subject, you can let it rest in that book. Not saying that you're going to have all of this up and running at the beginning at the time, but as you're able to create these reference tools, now you have a organized method of getting it done. And that's how we start to get things done and get things put into proper perspective and its proper place. Because if you don't have it in order, it's chaos. If it's written down, if it's not written down, it really doesn't exist, right? So I hope that helps you today. So we're talking about the asset class of a product. And again, talking about my product, right? That's the soothing salve. You will be seeing this. I am going to develop it in 2023. That's one of my goals, to make sure that it gets out there because it's something that we need, especially if you have decided that you want to, pursue the natural remedies for things versus the traditional. And either way, chocolate or vanilla is your choice. It's just a different experience. So if you were desiring to do that, I'll also put in the description box a link to our naturopathic courses, right? Meaning all things herb. It's Herbology Prep 101 and the menopause program for now, but we'll have some more coming soon. Alrighty, look out for our links that are going to be in 2023. We'll have links in the description box to help you to, be able to put all this information into some type of a roadmap that makes sense to you, because we're going to make this personal. Alrighty, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Share this information with somebody else. Listen, learn, and leverage the information. Y'all stay fearless. Bye for now.